Peace and fucking pugilism. Peace and pugilism. Welcome to another DT-Magnus Podcast. Jose Camacho, peace and pugilism. Welcome. Welcome. Zachary Allen, welcome. Peace and pugilism. It's been a long time. Another tag team compilation is back. Peace and pugilism. Art of War Boxing Talk. Bruce Vane. Peace and pugilism. What it do? What it be in the world of boxing today? And we're going to start off with saying like this. Coronavirus ain't shit. Heat. All you need to defeat that little fragile beast. You got everybody all scared. You got everybody all scared. I'm coming outside. Don't breathe on me. I need sanitizer. Shut the schmuck up. Heat. We got this real raw boxing talk coming to y'all today. We're going to talk about the Mayweathers. Rest in peace to Roger Mayweather that has passed on to the next chapter, that is transcended. Also, rest in peace to the mother of three of Mayweather's kids, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Josie Davis. We're going to talk about the damn trilogy that we knew was coming, that was being held off for quite some time, and that is Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. We got a lot to talk about. A whole lot. Who stepped into the place? The Boone Man himself, DT3. Welcome, sir.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to DT-Magnus Boxing Talk Podcast 113. Rest in peace, Roger Mayweather. And what's going on in boxing today? And we got a lot to talk about, man. My boy Myron Double M just gave y'all the whole little download to the coronavirus, how we beat that. And also, if you want to see another version of it, my boy GMOG is saying the same thing that Myron is saying about how to beat the coronavirus, which is heat, of course. So, but moving on, we want to give a special shout out and our condolences from the whole NBBC to the Mayweather family. We'd like to say rest in peace to the mother of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s children. We also want to say
rest in power. Definitely.
Rest in power to Roger Mayweather for all the work as a Hall of Famer that he's done in the sport of boxing. It just won't be the same without seeing him. And honestly, I really don't think that that Floyd's gonna fight again if Roger's not there, man.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. I said that last night. I don't think without dad or father there, I don't think we'll ever see Mayweather in no serious match. Definitely, particularly like a Mayweather or Pacquiao too.
Yeah,
I don't see that. I don't see that now. I'm not saying it's possible, but I doubt it. You may see it like a Mayweather versus Khabib McGregor, but as far as a Pac-2 or somebody like that,
nah,
I don't see it.
Because Floyd even said he wasn't even in his best shape when he fought McGregor. So, but that's it.
Yeah, the man said he only did push-ups and sit-ups.
That's terrible.
Can you see he only did push-ups and sit-ups in preparation for McGregor?
Right.
That's a gangster. That's also disrespectful.
Very, very. But that lets you know who Floyd really is. If that's all he had to do for Conor McGregor, who's a bigger guy. So, whoever you are that says NBBC, that's in the in backstage, I need to know who you are, man. You could be anybody. You could be El Jefe. You could be Justin. You could be anybody. You know what I mean? If it's Justin, just be Justin. It's okay. But I don't know who you are. So leave a comment and let me know. Justin, just be yourself. It's okay. But right now we on some other stuff. I'll get to you in a second, Jess. Get to you in a second. But I kind of feel bad for Floyd right now. All this has happened in 1 week. Like all this drama from the mother of his children dying to his uncle dying, all within 1 week. It's just crazy that happened to him. And everybody always giving Floyd a lot of shit, but right now, he deserves a little.
That's overwhelming, bro.
Yeah, it's a little.
That could be overwhelming for anybody, bro. Yeah, I don't care how strong you are. That is quite overwhelming for a family. Real talk.
He already had to, talk to his kids and get his kids in a place of peace, and now he got to do it all over again for them and himself again. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a sad thing to see, and I wouldn't wish that on nobody. The only thing I wished on Floyd was that he lose a fight in the boxing ring, and that just didn't happen. So it is what it is.
Damn.
No likes, man. What's going on, man? Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Hit the motherfucking like button.
Show your boy some
love. You said you wish he had lost in the ring.
Yeah, I just want to see him take a loss in the ring, but not in.
I bet against Floyd and lost a lot of money. I know that shit. I did.
A lot of people did.
I was not a big Mayweather fan initially early on. I was a bigger Pacquiao fan. That's what I keep telling people. I was a bigger Pacquiao fan initially than Floyd. Then after a while, I just decided to say, okay, it's just me. Sometimes you have to step back, right? Mm-hmm. And you just have to stop, look at yourself. It's like, okay, is it me who just hating? Is it me who just want to go against the grain? Mm-hmm. Is it you know what I mean? Is it you just not want to see the reality that's in front of you?
Right.
And you want to be this, you're delusional and not everybody else. And we all need to come to that at some point in our life. And I had to come to that, which was, I believe, the Mayweather, it was a specific fight that really, Mayweather, it was the Mayweather, I know exactly which fight it was, the Mayweather Sugar Shane Mosley fight. That was the fight, which I lost money because I bet it on Sugar Shane. I lost about $150. That's so a lot of people bet a lot more than that, but I don't like losing at all. I don't even like betting that much, but I don't like betting on the actual fight. Right. And I lost in when Floyd beat Sugar Shane. I was like, I was never going to bet against him again. That was it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was the last straw for me. I was like, okay, this motherfucker's just great. Period. Right. Undisputed or not, whether he got there or not, he still beat everybody that he would need to beat at that time to become undisputed. You feel me?
Right.
So that's the difference. Where maybe people would say, well, maybe Floyd did not ever become undisputed. The fact is, he beat everybody in his fucking era. You feel me? Everybody in this era to, you could say, be undisputed of that era. He didn't have the belts, but he beat everybody who was anybody at that time for the most part. So, and for him to lose his ace Kundo, the guy who stabilized him when father was locked up and all that, right now, his condition has been this way for a while. I know they was hoping it'd get better, but sometimes it just, he's only 58 years old. So, all that's Floyd's genotype. That's where he come from, his father and his uncle. And I know his father has dementia. His uncle had dementia and diabetes. So I think Floyd, I don't know. Like I said, I don't mean to rant off, or I don't think we're going to see him really in a fight again. I think he might take some time away. I'm not sure, but I just think so.
From boxing, period. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but if he don't, I just show you the machine type of,
Mm-hmm.
the mind he has and how he got to be what he is.
Right. Makes sense. What's up, Mark?
Hello, how's it going? What's up?
Nothing much, nothing much. We just on Roger Mayweather and
Yeah, rest in
all
peace
the
to
stuff
Roger,
that's
man.
happening and how it's real rough for Floyd right now and just paying homage to him. And
hmm
we're gonna move on from that. And we're gonna talk about this Canelo Triple G debacle that's been making waves all over the place. And what do you think about Canelo Triple G 3, Mark?
I mean, like I'm happy enough for Golovkin to get his final payday and
That's pretty much.
dip off into the sun. Like through the years, he's kind of earned the right to get his retirement fund. Like if Canelo's his retirement fund, they had a very controversial first fight, a very good second fight, and yeah, the third fight. Like I'm convinced Canelo, Triple G can't win if he couldn't get the victory in the first fight. How well he performed in there. Um, he can't get a victory against him unless he knocks his ass out, and I don't think he can. He's slowing down, so I'm happy for him to get the big mad payday, get his 35, $40 million, whatever the hell he'll get from it, and dip off into the sun
Mm,
because it's
yeah.
the end of Golovkin now. So
Right. Well, look who it's a pleasure to actually meet you, JR. What's going on, JR? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Thanks for having me. It's been a minute. I've always been saying I'm gonna show up, but I just been kicking it like Spence and Charlo right now.
Mm. Good, for sure. It's great to have you though, man. It's a pleasure to meet you finally. You know what I mean? Great to have you on the panel. But
Yep.
Double M, what's your take on the Triple G Canelo 3 debacle?
A dud. A fucking dud. I agree with what Mark said. I know Dazin, this business. I know Dazin was pushing and wanted this third fight, but I think it itself has lost some luster quite a bit. For one, the controversial decision that Triple G got from his last fight with Deverenchenko left a bad taste and stain, I think, around Triple G. The first two fights were okay fights. I don't think they were like no barn burners.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I honestly believe the Kell Brook Triple G fight, although Kell Brook was stopped, was more exciting than both of the Canelo fights. If to be honest with you, I thought Deverenchenko Triple G was more exciting than both of the Canelo fights with Triple G Canelo fights. The Triple G Deverenchenko fight was fight of the year, top 3 candidate. You can't say that about either the Canelo or Triple G fights. And I don't mean to, take a dump on it. I'm just speaking what a lot of the fans were saying. I'm just regurgitating what was said by the fans. Now, if we get a Canelo Triple G 3 that was on the caliber of a Triple G Deverenchenko, I'll be freaking happy. But I tell you what, I'll be freaking surprised too.
Right. So, JR, what do you think of Triple G Canelo 3? What's your take on it?
Honestly, bro, I think that they took too long for the fight, but it's understandable that Canelo was mad because obviously this fight is only because Triple G wants that money, He's got nothing else to prove. He's only gotten worse. In his last fight, he changed trainers because he was probably fighting over money too. If he wants to beat Canelo low key, he needs to go back to Sanchez because in his last few fights, the thing that made him so powerful, he hasn't been using it. And every time he starts losing the fight, he goes back to his old school style, and then he finishes the fights.
Right.
And I don't think that he's learning new tricks, and he's too old to be learning all that shit right now.
I think Triple G should have stayed with Abel Sanchez. In my opinion, I think that's the best Triple G that I've seen. I can't speak for you guys, But the best Triple G, I think, would be with Abel Sanchez, in my opinion. I think if he trains other people, it's cool and everything, but regardless of what they try to teach him, he's still going to revert back. It's just like what people say about Wilder. It's like you could teach Wilder all the new tricks you want to, but as soon as Wilder gets hit, he's gonna revert right back to what he knows, what's been working for him thus far. And it's the same thing with Triple G. He probably tried to be slick, probably tried to incorporate some head movement. As soon as he got clipped with a punch that he didn't like, he said, all right, fuck that. He went right back to Abel Sanchez, Mexican style Triple G. So,
yeah, and we got to remember that the first fight was so controversial because of how good Golovkin was with his jab and his pressure fighting, And in the second fight, Canelo turned the tables. He started pressuring and not letting Golovkin use his jab, And then the fights in the middle, he's not even using the jab. He's not beating these guys until he gets into trouble and he's got to go and revert back to his old school style, And if he wants to really beat Canelo, you got to remember Canelo isn't even 30. He's peaking. He's at the peak of his prime, and he's already went to 175 to beat up on bigger and longer guys. So when he comes down, I think he's gonna just annihilate Triple G. You probably watch Ring IQ and IBFP videos. This is definitely a sellout fight because.
What do you mean by annihilate? What you think What do you mean by annihilate?
I think Canelo's gonna have the power, speed, and counterpunching because in the second fight.
Are you saying Canelo's going to knock him out?
No, I'm not saying he's not knock him out, but I'm pretty sure he has a chance to do that because he hasn't been doing that great. We're talking about a Triple G that's not coming in with the same fighting style he had in the first or second fight. We're talking about a guy who's trying to move, and we already seen that Canelo can fight people who can move. Jacobs was the best guy that could have proven or discredit Canelo, but
I say this right now: if Canelo moved the same way he moved versus Kovalev, if he moved that way versus Triple G, his ass gonna get hurt. Now Triple G old, but he gonna put them. I don't think he gonna hold back no punches like it seemed Kovalev was doing.
We're talking about 20 pounds above, though. Of course, he's gonna look slower. 175 to 160. We're comparing different weights. That's like Canelo came in 179 at that fight or some shit like that.
Right, and he acted like he was just doing a peekaboo, playing around.
Yeah, exactly. So he was heavier, and he was still able to move and dodge and parry. Those jabs weren't landing.
Okay.
I think Canelo will stop Triple G. I think he'll stop him within probably the 11th, maybe the 12th.
Hell no.
I think he'll stop him. I think
Hell no.
Because of counter punching ability, and also he's a better boxer, better punch selection. I think he'll dig more to the body. He walked him down the second fight. The second fight, Canelo did walk him down. He did stay in his face the whole night. Versus the first fight, you could have gave it to Triple G because Canelo moved a lot more. Triple G was kind of pressing the fight. He was pretty much dictating the face of the whole fight. The second fight, Canelo was standing in front of him. He wasn't moving as much. He wasn't trying to.
He was doing that about the first 4 or 5 rounds.
But he didn't do it at all in the first fight. He didn't stand at all. I think, in my opinion, Canelo wanted no parts of Triple G the first fight. I think no parts of him that first fight.
I think in the first fight, Canelo was testing the water to see if he could really hurt Triple G and get him out of there in those first 4 or 5 rounds to really hurt him. And once it bailed out that his power, he realized himself his power ain't what it was. He said, I better back off a little bit before I get this dude a little mad.
Canelo was also moving up when he was fighting Triple G. What wasn't his second or third fight?
That's that man's choice. So
what do you mean moving? Hold on. What do you mean by moving up?
Yeah, it's his man's choice if he move up anyway. That's not no freaking excuse. What the fuck?
No, I thought I got the weights confused. What time did Canelo go up to 160 for the first time?
Go ahead, Mark.
He was up at 160 when he fought Cotto in 2015. He fought Triple G in 2017. He was actually coming down in weight from the fight against Julio Cesar Chavez, which was at a catchweight of 164, he was actually coming down to fight Triple G.
Boom.
No, that's a good point. I'm not arguing that. I was asking because I don't even remember. I was looking through BoxRec. I couldn't figure out when Canelo
You
was
weren't
moving
asking
up.
that. You made a statement. You made a statement, JR. I'm not trying to pick with you, but you made a statement. You said, but Canelo was moving up to fight Triple G. You didn't ask that.
What year did they make a deal
He moved
to fight though?
It was after was it after Golovkin? No, it was after Chavez's fight, wasn't it?
Right.
Canelo Chavez.
Steven Snyder. That
And
was
then
a
Triple
statement.
G and Triple G made the entrance into the ring after Chavez Canelo. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Chavez Canelo.
Boom.
Triple G ain't what he used to be. I think until he fought Canelo. Well, I thought he was cool until I seen him fight Deverenchenko. When I seen him fight Deverenchenko, I was like, it's a little suspect now. A little nervous. You know what
See, I'm not worried about his chin, Boone. I'm worried about his body. No, it's not his chin. It's his body I'm worried about. I seen him get hurt a lot in that fight to the body. And that's where I think people think he could be stopped, Myron, is the body.
Most definitely.
A lot of people were headhunting Triple G for a long time, and now it's the body. So I could see him get stopped to the body in this fight, just because he is getting older, and the possibility is that the fight will take place at 168, not 160. And Canelo's more filled out at that weight than Triple G. It'd be his first step up feeling that weight out.
I don't think I agree with you to a point, to a degree. I don't think Canelo has the endurance and stamina that Deverenchenko had versus when he fought Triple G. I don't think Canelo will have that in his third fight. He moving up, moving down. I think his stamina, endurance will still be an issue. So he won't be able to press on Triple G the way Deverenchenko did to really hurt him or throw enough a number of punches to really make Triple G want to wilt down below like he did. And Deverenchenko was putting on his ass. And Triple G still went through it. So he's a tough son of a gun. Give Triple G. I didn't take nothing from him being a tough son of a gun. But I don't think Canelo has the work output, will put out the work output that Deverenchenko did in that fight.
Very likely. Very likely. But it was singular shots that hurt Triple G. Not the triples to the body, it was the singulars. And he caught him in the rib cage.
Yeah, you got to keep coming with him, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. But
I don't think Canelo has that endurance to do that, to keep the upper stamina like that. He hasn't showed it in his past, so I don't think he's going to do it now.
Well, all I'll say is I don't think Triple G had a lot of volume in that Derevianchenko fight either, and he normally has a great work rate in getting people backwards. He wasn't doubling up his jab and stepping them off him. And I think that's come down to his age as well, and I think that could be a factor here. Like, I'm not saying Canelo's definitely going to stop him. I favor Canelo to get the victory. Right, but I don't know how. But I do think if anyone's going to stop him now, at that weight, it's going to be Canelo, and it's going to be now. Otherwise, none of the other guys will probably stop him.
Yeah, because Deverenchenko really did hurt Triple G early in that fight, and you could see it throughout the rest of the fight. He was very aware.
Shit, later on too. You heard him later on too. Facts.
Oh yeah, I said the whole fight. He was aware of that body punch.
Hit the like button, beautiful spirits.
Didn't Canelo and Triple G too get Ring Magazine Fight of the Year for 2018?
I think so.
It got it in my book. I'm not sure. That was the fight of the year to me.
But I'll say this. Derevianchenko's a hell of a fighter himself, isn't he? And he deserves a crack at Charlo. Number one, he deserves that crack.
Facts.
To fight him. I thought they were gonna make him mandatory to fight Derevianchenko.
Bro, I won't trust the WBC middleweight mandatory until the fight is over. And I'll tell you why. The last time there was a mandatory for the WBC middleweight title that actually took place was in 2012 with Sergio Martinez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. That's how long ago that was. 8 years.
And also, another perspective on that, why I don't think we'll see, unfortunately, don't think we'll see Deverenchenko get his shot versus Charlo is because, if I'm not mistaken, Derevchenko is promoted by Hulu DeBella, right?
And they've got a very bad relationship right now.
Bingo! Exactly. It's a serious rift now between DeBella and, of course, the PBC.
Yes, sir.
Bingo.
Why is that? Let the public know why is it we having this issue.
Well, because go ahead,
Wilder.
Go ahead.
Wilder. Unfortunately, it's indirectly partially with Wilder. The fallout between Wilder, DeBella, and Finkel. I guess Al Haim in the background and PBC.
Because DeBella did his job and got the man a $120 million fight contract. They didn't like it and they pushed him out. And so he blew the whistle on them doing that.
Right, and I think that's going to spill over. And unfortunately, that's going to spill over with all of the DeBella fighters. Him trying to get fights with PBC fighters with belts. Mainly Charlo at that weight class.
Yo, hit the like button, by the way. It's free.
You goddamn right.
He getting in trouble for doing.
Raise this energy up in this motherfucking chat, too. Where's Spud? Where's Spud Squad?
Hold on.
Bring Spud Squad up in this bitch. Okay, DT-Magnus, we gotta go. Hold on, we gotta go back to what we fucking used to. We gotta go back to what we used to. We ain't used to talking to these people with no icons and shit. It's all right. It's all right, DC3. Come on, Boone, go ahead. Your shit might not be trimmed up and everything. You don't have to be all pretty. Don't gotta be all pretty. Get motherfucking blood rolling now, people. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Peace and pugilism. Peace and pugilism. John Cable in the chat. Lisa Bales in the chat. Steven Snyder in the chat. Pull check boxing in the chat. Woolly Boy slip and move in the chat. Toby Bartlett always in the chat. Tim W in the chat. Troy Graham. Lisa Beautiful Bales. Fuck you. Well, fuck you is in the chat. JD, the GOAT Goon in the chat. Rod Nail in the chat. Peace and pugilism. Jose Camacho in the chat. Peace and pugilism. H. Paul in the chat. Peace and pugilism. Adam James in the chat. Peace and pugilism. What's poppin'? Patrick Furr, life in the chat. Peace and pugilism. Real life boxing's in the chat. My man, peace and pugilism, brother.
Are you all right there now, Myron?
Thank you, Spuddy. Where you been?
I've been just laying around on the couch because I'm a couch potato.
Oh, shit.
I like your hat. It looks like you're the person who's been spreading that virus all the way from Wuhan with one of those Chinese hats.
Well, I have, but I've killed this shit with heat. I've been in the sauna butt naked for at least 24 hours. Then I moved to the steam room with two ladies, and we sweated it out. Unlike any other time in my life, I am coronavirus free.
I got a lot of respect for a man like that who sweats out the coronavirus with two women in the sauna.
We heated up body temperatures to about 145 Celsius. That is sun temperatures.
Now, first off, let's say something real fast. Let's get the energy up in this shit. Everybody hit the like button. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Peace and pugilism from Myron all day to everybody. We're bringing you the best fucking unadulterated content on the web. Nowhere will you ever see anything like this. Peace to all of my friends. Lisa Bayliss, Big up to you, Queen. Pull check, you're the best. I buy houses. How's it going? Tim W, are you doing well? We need more than 50 likes. If we've 60 people in here, we need 80 likes. If we've 80 in here, we need 100 likes. If it's not 20 or more above where we are, you're failing us. And we're failing you.
Tell him, man. Tell him, man. All right,
Boom.
Now,
Boom. What is in the place to be? Lead us down the way, General.
all right. Moving on. I want to get to this New Way Casemiro fight. Is it being canceled or is it
it's
not
being
canceled?
postponed.
All right, so we still gonna see it. Double M.
Oh.
What's your take on it?
On Inoue, Casemiro,
Yep.
I think I don't want to. I hope it's not postponed.
It is.
I hope it's not. I think Inoue is the top 3 most exciting fighter in the sport today. I love the way that motherfucker fights. He fight like a samurai in that goddamn ring. And I just want to see him more often. So if it's postponed, all right. But we got to get him back as soon as possible. But I am rocking with Inoue all day. Casemiro, I don't know how far it's going to go. I don't know how. I think it's going to be a hell of a bar fight though. Because Inoue, he got probably one of the best offensive skills in the sport right now than a lot of the top 5 pound for pound. Real talk. He a bad boy. But and he could take a punch because Nonito Donaire hit him with some solid good joints that hurt him, and he fought through him. So he has amazing heart. I see him beating this boy. Probably getting around about 9th, 10th round TKO. Whenever it do happen. I hope it's not postponed. Japan usually handles shit like that quick, though. So I don't think they're going to have where are they having a fight at?
In Las Vegas.
Oh, shit. It might be postponed.
Spuddy, what you saying?
Sorry, what did you say there now, Boone? What do I think will happen? I think the monster, Nawa Inoue, I think he's an absolute beast. Now, I'm a big fan of Casemiro. He has some subtleties similar to that Manny Pacquiao guy. The way he steps in, he likes to use the right and step out of distance and then uses combinations. He does it the same way as Manny. And he's a 3-weight world champion in his own right, tied the same amount of weight divisions as Nawa Inoue. Now, the only time Casemiro's ever been stopped in his career is against Maruti Mutulane. And Maruti Mutulane is an amazing flyweight who hasn't lost since 2008 and is still holding his IBF title. The only person who beat him was Nonito Donaire in terms of stopping him. So, it's interesting. But the problem with that is Maruti Mutulane, when he stopped my guy Casemiro, it wasn't that he knocked him out, it's that Casemiro quit. Now, people need to remember Nonito Donaire has one of the biggest hearts in this sport, and he didn't quit when he probably should have, when his liver was punched through his spleen. However, Casemiro, if he gets hit with something like that, you can see him quitting because he's quit before against a guy who doesn't hit as hard as Nawa. So that's just the reality. So in this fight, I have to go with my guy Nawa Inoue, but Casemiro, he's a big puncher himself, and Inoue is coming off of the fractured orbital bone. The styles will blend nice, the in and out movement, the step off the jab from Casemiro, and then the pure ferocity, body punching style, check hooking style of Inoue, which makes everybody excited. Because as my guy Double M said, he fights like a fucking samurai, and the other dude fights like a fucking kamikaze. So we're in for a war. But the war is going to end very badly. Kind of like a lot of wars have ended. So, me personally, I'm going to go for my guy Inoue inside 7, but Casemiro will give a very credible performance when the fight happens. Not if, but when it happens.
I think this is going to be like a game of chicken. You know, like 2 cats in speed cars just racing towards each other. and which one's going to give away. They're going to come at it and they're going to bang. But that NOA skills, the wonderful combinations that he has already mastered in his game. Oh my God. I'm like, he'll hit you with everything. I don't think he has just one favorite punch. I seen him hit Nonito with various different combinations. That was the angles he hit. I was like, this motherfucker is bad. I'm like, this motherfucker offensively is vicious. Now he take punches though. He takes some punches and he proved he has a pretty good chin. But if you can't, his offense is his best defense, my opinion, of Naoya. And if you can't withstand, if you can't withstand the offensive onslaught that he's going to bring on you from different angles, from different combinations, different punches, you in for a beatdown. God damn.
100% Myron. 150%.
So it's just going like if he going to gun you down, he's just going to gun you down. I was like, God damn. And that was the first fight I see him fight live and just a whole entire fight. And that was against the Flash. And I was like, who is this motherfucker? I was like, oh, this is what they've been saying. I was like, I ain't seen him fight before that. I saw some highlights. I was like, this is what everybody's raving about. Okay,
and
now
don't forget Nonito. Nonito Donaire is huge for the weight, Myron. He's a very big bantam.
He went up and went down. Absolutely. That Super 8. Yeah, he went down for that Super 8. Man.
And not only is he that big, not only that, he's... Yes, sir.
My daughter wants to tell you something.
I like potatoes.
Oh. Well, I like potatoes too. I'm very fond of them.
I know. Spud Squad. I've been trying to push on you, Spud Squad, from the screen. Do you give a little any? Goddamn, I can't push on you. You look fat enough, but you got like
the reason I have no give is because I've been through a lot. I've been through the Spanish flu. I've been through the potato famine. I'm a fucking survivor. All right, that's the first thing I'd like to say. And the second thing I'd like to say is no grown man should be poking another grown man, potato or not. That's bad, Myron.
Oh my God. Well, my daughter says she loves your accent, by the way. She says she loves your accent.
Well, your daughter's a sweetheart. Thank you very much.
Stop it. Stop. No. Get out.
Spuddy!
Hold on, I need to mute myself.
Tell Miss Boy, Spud Squad.
Yeah. No, you can say Spud Squad. Spud Squad. Spud's going to be known all over the world. I'm telling you, Spud is going to be a national phenomenon.
Spud Squad.
Spud Squad. I'm telling you, he's going to be everywhere. Next thing you know, everybody's going to be saying Spud Squad. But I'm going to get to these fights. There's a couple fights I want to talk about. Top-ranked fights I want to talk about. I really want to talk about this James Delorme fight. I've been doing my research on this James Delorme fight, and I'm having a tough time kind of picking somebody who I think will win. I think Delorme, he's a savvy veteran. I think he can scrap, and I think he can do his thing. I think James is a young cat. I think he can put up a good fight. I think he got all the intangibles necessary he needs to beat him. It's one of them fights where it's like you got to see it. In my opinion, I think it's just one of those fights that you got to see it. I'm gonna get to that next too. Fuck you. I'm gonna get to that too. It's funny to say that, but yeah. So plus the Fortuna fight. That Fortuna fight is gonna be nasty. But yeah, I want to touch on that one. So I want to touch on that James Delorme and the James Delorme fight. I want to touch on that real bad because that
start
fight
it off, Spuddy.
It's gonna be fireworks, bro. So Spuddy, what do you
Hold
think
on.
about the Delorme James fight?
I think it's an incredible fight, but right now I'm trying to get myself a little bit baked. So give me a second.
What you think about the Lorme James fight, Double M?
I don't know.
All right, I'm back. I'm baked.
Are you?
I've been a dirty apple. Now,
I don't know.
What's your take, Bud, about the James Delorme bout?
I think it's a very good fight. Very underrated. Jamal James, he's actually quite good in the pocket and underrated, but he's very good at range. He's got a good jab and good movement. He's got that slick style developed in America. He's got a great hook. He's very quick-handed. Delorme, he's very good inside the pocket defensively, and he's also very good with bob and weave at getting in on top of you and making it difficult for you. If you look at Delorme versus Jesse Vargas, that was a prime example of how good Thomas Delorme actually is. And if you want to watch a good fight for Jamal James, he fought against Ugas in a very tough fight for him. So both those fights, very interesting. Now, for me, I personally think now Thomas Delorme is one of these fighters who doesn't get enough credit. He doesn't get enough credit. He's always on the B side of things. And I think if this fight goes the distance, you could see Jamal James get a controversial decision. And that's how I think it's going to go. But I think a lot of people will be saying that Thomas Delorme won the fight in a very close fight. And some fans will say, oh, it was close. Delorme got robbed. No, not a robbery, but I'm saying I think the wrong man might win in this fight in Jamal James, because I think Delorme will have too much for him up close and he'll be able to get in on top of him, because Jamal James' timing is good, but he doesn't have enough pop. He just flicks out that jab and he doesn't do enough with it. Whereas with Delorme, you need to get his attention to keep him off of you, because the only people who've beaten Delorme are top-tier fighters.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. There's people in the chat thinking boxing is going to be over for the rest of the year.
They do. They think it's going to be it for boxing.
It's highly possible.
That's crazy. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. If that's the case, then they really trying to starve some people out. Shit, that's crazy.
Of course. Aaron Alameda, Louis Neary. Who you got?
Louis Neary's going to beat the shit out of that bum. Alameda is nothing short of a guy who has a padded record against absolute crap. And Neary, he's actually a very good fighter. And
very good fighter.
He hasn't been able to make weight now at 118, and he's had his issues with his drugs or whatever, but he's moving up to 122. And he'll be fine, he'll make weight, and he'll beat the absolute ever. He'll just walk him down and beat him to a pulp. And whenever he wants to, he'll finish him. He's too much of a bully, and Alameda is too much of a pansy.
Neary's going to get clipped one of these days though, because he's a bully, but he is also kind of reckless with his defense and not very defensively responsible. I know he got a chin and all that. He a tough fight, that true Mexican style. But I think I see him getting clipped one of these days.
But it'll be against an elite fighter, not an Alameda.
I agree.
All right. Well, we already know. Excuse me, I'm eating some crackers. We already know who may win this fight. But I'm going to talk about it for boxing's sake. Is Arthur Beterbiev versus Fan Long Ming.
Fan Long Ming's going to beat him via coronavirus.
Huh?
Yeah. I think Arthur Beterbiev may beat the coronavirus out of him.
That sounds a little bit more plausible, to be honest. I've got Arthur knocking him out. I've Arthur knocking him out whenever Arthur wants to knock him out.
All right. Josh Kelly versus David Avicenia.
Cancelled. That was a nice fight, though. That was a big test for Kelly, because Avenetian's a very good fighter.
Lomachenko and Teofimo.
That's an interesting fight.
Are they going to be canceled? Is it going to be canceled?
Well, first of all, it needs to be fucking made for it to be cancelled. It's still not made.
It's nothing been no advertisements, no nothing.
What the fuck are they waiting on?
Canelo.
I don't know.
Why?
They're waiting on Canelo to announce his date so they don't clash with Canelo.
You think so?
We'll see.
Well, it's the well, that's what a lot of people were saying.
I think that fight is more exciting than anything Canelo's about to fight against.
I agree, but still, you can't clash with Canelo because whether we like it or not, he's the attraction. He's the attraction. I don't like saying it. I'm just a potato. I have no feelings.
I think let them. I would like to see that happen. Let them fight the same fucking night. Fuck it. It's coronavirus, right? Let's see who really got the fucking pull. Lomachenko Teofimo is a mega match. I think something everybody's in it. I think the talk Teofimo will sell the shit out that match with the loyalty following that. And you know what? I know they talking about loyalty that Lomachenko will have will be good, and it's a lot of Ukrainians in New York area that would show up for that fight. Then you have a lot of course, Brooklyners, Latina community going to show up in that fight. That they're going to pack out Madison Square Garden. But it'd be interesting to have that fight somewhere else too. I mean,
I think they out, but the social distancing thing is stopping any of that from happening.
And the travel, the shutdown of the travel and all that. So I guess Madison Square Garden is the ideal place to have it. Why not in the Mecca? But I think they could push that fight, and that fight could be major. I mean, it's going to be major already, but that is a fight I will put up against Canelo and Triple G. Just say, hey, why not? Fuck it. I know most likely why it won't happen, but if in this war that we have in stables, like, hey, let's do it. You know what I mean? That would be an exciting weekend of boxing.
Oh, it would be phenomenal.
Everybody would be phenomenal. It would be more traffic generated in that night than it'll have been. Say that fight that night, that could generate the equivalent type of traffic as of a Mayweather-Pacquiao fight night. Because you see how the traffic on the web like spikes tremendously on a Pacquiao fight. Also on a Canelo fight. But Pacquiao, like Pacquiao, Mayweather, the spike, or like a McGregor, the spike in, I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? Or like a big UFC fight, the spike in traffic on the web is like out of this fucking world. You know what I mean? Even there's no way they can just, it don't matter. If you just put out anything, you're going to get thousands, tens of thousands of views on something. And you could be somebody who doesn't even follow the sport or whatever, because the traffic, all the algorithms has just opened up so much. So I think that would be a credible night of boxing for the world. You know, if they did do something like that. You know, yeah, they'll be going against each other, but I think it'll be good for boxing.
We have someone else on the panel here. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Jared Bell. Shout out to the Spud Squad. Shout out to God Squad. What's good, everybody?
Hello, Icon. Do you speak?
Yes, I do speak. You hear me?
Yes, I do. How's it going?
Everything's going good, but you know, all of these boxing events canceled, man. It just, you know, shoots down a lot of the events that we would have had this month and next month. So yeah, we just got to see what's going to happen in May, man. Y'all were talking about the whole thing with Canelo and the thing with Lomachenko and Lopez, and like y'all were saying, everything is pretty much commanded from what Canelo does. They haven't been, you know, really certain about when Canelo Saunders is going to happen, and they already signed the thing with Canelo and Golovkin, so they might end up skipping Canelo Saunders. That's a possibility.
Absolutely, it's highly plausible.
What's your name again, sir? I'm sorry.
JR.
JR, all right, peace.
Oh,
Peace and
that's
pugilism.
J.R. Bell. That's
Yeah.
J.R. Bell, right?
J.R.
Yes.
Bell in the building, man. That's the man himself. And also,
Exactly.
I want to say what's up to my brother from another mother. I've been trying to get your black ass on here for a while. Glad to have you up. Real life boxing, man, is in the building, man. What's up with my brother?
Real life boxing. What's up? Peace and pugilism, champ.
Yeah, it was good, brother.
He ain't
What's
speaking
going
that
on,
yet.
man?
Or is,
Glad to have you. Glad to
what's
have you,
going
man.
on? But JR Bill, of what you said, I think it's a bad move that they have everything revolve around Canelo. I think that's a horrible bad move for boxing personally. But
Yeah.
that's a bad move. I don't think they definitely should be doing that. That's just stupid.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, that they, revolve everything around Canelo when it comes to, the fight schedules for any other fight, and also with DAZN too, because DAZN subscriptions are pretty much commanded by who Canelo fights. They just basically give him all the power when boxing is supposed to be bigger than any fighter. So you can't just wait on what Canelo does and then move after that. You have to move, and then whatever Canelo does, that's just on Canelo.
Yeah, but Canelo hasn't panned out for them. He hasn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could tell that by the gates. He hasn't panned out.
Yeah.
So, and that's just not just a hate on Canelo. I'm just talking about the numbers and that's been given out. So I do believe that's why they're definitely forcing on this Triple G Canelo fight of the third one right now. Just because he hasn't panned out. It's like, so people behind the scenes, without a doubt, and it's like, look, De La Hoya, you better make this shit happen real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people believe it or not, the contract ain't guaranteed. And that's what people are mistaken. You know what I mean? It's not 100% guaranteed. That joint is based on the potential of what he produced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the thing is like people are saying that DAZN got hustled with the contract because it was basically an ironclad contract where you have to commit to $365 million within 11 fights. So that's, basically an average of over $33 million a fight. And you can't really make your money back off that fighting, the Rocky Fieldings or, even the Daniel Jacobs that's out there. But given the landscape of boxing, whether it's the middleweight division, super middleweight, or light heavyweight, you really don't have any other guys out there that could be a matchup for Canelo where you get that much interest to make the money back anyway. So it doesn't matter if it's a Jamal Charlo or if it's a Billy Joe Saunders or a Callum Smith or a Caleb Plant. It still won't be big enough to make up that 33 million plus the amount of millions that they have to pay their opponent, because they still have to come up with that. So at a minimum, they have to pay out $43 to $45 million as a total per fight, per Canelo fight. How are they going to make that money back?
Well, actually, Floyd Mayweather talked about that in the Drink Champs podcast he did. I mean, he said if they said Canelo's here to get 33 million for that fight, what they really are saying is whatever out of 33 million, he has to agree upon a percentage or amount out of that 33 million that goes to the opponent he's fighting. So if they said Canelo was to get $33 million and say Jacobs got 10 million, then actually Canelo got 23 million, Jacobs 10 million. That's Floyd came out on Drink Champ and said that's what that's really saying. So Floyd came out and like exposed some shit. And boom, did you see that?
Yeah.
Floyd said it. It's like all they mean is if he say he got 33 million, all they saying is he got 33 million, and now that's 33 million. The guy got 10 million, well, that's out of the 33 million.
Man.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
I'm not saying but that's what Floyd said. He said this is a fake contract. I'm like, oh, okay. But I don't know. I'm just
I
putting it out.
don't know, because they were saying when they tried to originally make the third fight between Canelo and Golovkin for May, that they would add a little bit more of an incentive and try to pay off more money towards whatever is left in the quote unquote budget for Canelo Alvarez. So instead of getting the average of 33 to like $35 million for his fight against Golovkin, it would be closer to 40 million or 42 million. So that's the thing about it, is like, depending on who he fights, that's how much off of that budget that they're going to spend on Canelo for him to fight those particular opponents.
Okay. Oh man, I just threw that up in there. It's up. I don't know. I ain't read that contract, but hey, real life boxing. Have you spoken yet?
No.
I'm in here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear
you, man.
We hear you.
All right, word. I think I was having a bad connection.
Okay. But like I said, man, it's great to have you, man. I've been trying to get you for a minute, man. Was glad to have you on the panel, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on here, man. This is my first time doing something like this, man. So I'm definitely glad to be on here.
Oh, it's all good, man. And if y'all haven't done it, man, go subscribe to Real Life Boxing, man. If you haven't done so, man, go subscribe ASAP. Hit that bell icon so you can be notified when my boy get at y'all with some of that real good boxing talk, man. For real. But we gonna move on because we've been on Canelo for about almost an hour now. So now we're gonna get into the meat and juices and potatoes of this Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder third fight. It's supposed to be happening, but I'm hearing it's possibly postponed. But we already know that fight is going to happen regardless. So, who do you think is gonna win the third fight? And what do you guys think about these accusations that have been resurfacing about Tyson Fury, about the Klitschko fight, something that happened 5 years ago, and how they're saying they're going to reinvestigate that situation to try to basically take away Tyson Fury's belt and even give Wilder a 44-0 record with the belt back? What's your take?
I heard 78 Sports say that shit. I thought that was hilarious. That Wilder should be given a 44-0. No, they won't. That won't happen. If anything happened, it'd become a no contest.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's first of all, I think it's ridiculous. I don't think much is. We'll see what come of it. I believe it's all some bullshit. I think Fury's going to be all right. Hopefully they don't have to pay nobody off behind the scenes. But it has no bearing. What happened 5 years ago has no bearing on the demolition that happened.
Mm-hmm.
On what was it, February 22nd?
Yes, sir.
So it was all said and done. I think Tyson Fury still will be the WBC champion of the world, and we should look forward to hopefully an undisputed match sometime soon. But I don't even want to give that crap no more. I mean, we have to, but I don't have much to say about this thing because I don't want to give it to any more tread that it's already been getting.
Right. Understood.
You know what I mean? Because it's some bullshit. I think it's some bullshit.
Gotcha.
But I don't know the details or the facts. I don't know details or the facts. But something from 5 years ago, I don't know. It's suspicious.
Right. JR, so what you think about people investigating Tyson Fury for something that happened 4 or 5 years ago and trying to use that as justification to strip him of the belt and even take away Wilder's loss and give him back his undefeated record? Because I've heard this on multiple platforms. I didn't hear it on other platforms, but I heard it on multiple credible platforms.
Mm-hmm. That's being overblown. That's something that happened 5 years ago. He's been punished for what happened 5 years ago. He was suspended by the British Boxing Board of Control for that 5 years ago.
Mhm.
So bringing all that stuff is just, complete BS. When it comes to the third fight, Fury will destroy him. I think while the fans don't realize is that Fury is a much better fighter than Deontay Wilder, always has been. And he's always had the skill even before the first fight, he's always had the skill. And his, height and reach are more than what Wilder has. So that's a disadvantage that Wilder has already. And given the, first fight, all Wilder had was the 2 knockdowns. That was pretty much it. And what Fury did was he studied Wilder over the course of the year, and he fought guys that were close to Wilder's height over the course of 2019, while Wilder sat back and chilled and fought a guy in Brazil that was not really much, and then fought Ortiz again, which does nothing for him to prepare for Tyson Fury. So while Tyson Fury was busting his ass off over in Las Vegas and over in the Kronk gym getting prepared to fight Deontay Wilder was just content with fighting a guy in Luis Ortiz that wasn't really going to defeat Deontay Wilder anyway. So in the rematch, Deontay Wilder got blown out because you saw Tyson Fury exhibiting all of his skills and his added weight against a guy that really does not have that much boxing skills. And so in the third fight, it's going to happen once again because Tyson Fury is much better than Deontay Wilder, bar none.
Absolutely. Hey, DT3.
Yo.
Don't forget about our beautiful people in the chat and their comments. Let's pull up their comments, bro.
They pretty much talking to each other. That's why I haven't really.
Yeah, but Mr. Nick Rich put up a great comment just now. I read that they are cheering that UCAT 8-year ban, but failed to realize UCAT cannot prevent a fight in the States. Great comment, Mr. Nick Rich. Peace to you, sweetie.
So, hey, real life boxing, what's your take on Tyson Fury possibly getting this and having this investigation supposedly on him, and them saying that they may take away the belt and give it back to Wilder and give him back his O, and he'll have a 44-0 record? What's your take on that? Along with the third fight illuminating coming up soon anyway. Real life? I don't think he heard me. I don't think
real life is real life is occupied with some real life right now.
Yeah.
Now I'm having a terrible fucking
Is the connection?
He probably trying to disconnect and try to come back, I believe.
Yeah. Hey man, that whole thing with the petition, man. I don't believe this, man.
Oh my God, yes. You saw that.
Oh, I wonder if I could let me see if
Boxing Nation is pushing it. I saw your boy Barbershop Conversations pushing the petition. I'm like,
man.
Oh boy.
Let me see, man.
Real, man.
Perception is reality.
Man, they said like what is it? Like 6,380 have signed it already. I'm like, come on, man. This is ridiculous, man. That's not going to do anything.
I was going to make a video, but since I'm already on here now, I'm just going to say it. You can't beat Deontay Wilder. You cannot beat Deontay Wilder without guys like this Raekwon Bell dude and these other cats that's really, so pro Wilder, bro. You can't beat him because as soon as Wilder loses, it's like, oh, it was this. Oh, it was a glove. Oh, he cheated. Oh, he took steroids 5 years ago. He's a cheater now. It's like they will never accept the fact that Wilder just lost, and they really finna do all this to show like we will go to bat regardless, even if it's a lie. Even if it's a lie, they'll still go to bat. Well, hit the link, Raekwon.
Hypno Fist. Let's point out Mr. Hypno Fist, piece of pugilism to you, brother, and question the farmer for lying under oath initially.
Oh, yeah.
He must have lied under oath to do this whole thing, though. So, well, hey, what's that? a whole bunch of shit going on, perjury, a whole bunch of different things where he suffer. Coming out with this, could he suffer? Should I say criminal issues coming his way?
Right.
So it's a whole bunch of. I mean, oh man.
I was gonna get into that whole glove thing, man. One of Fury's trainers did a whole video with World Boxing News to explain how the glove is taped and everything like that. 1, 2. I mean, y'all know how the thing goes when it comes to gloves. It's like y'all know that the hand doesn't fit in the glove, and they're not like this all the time. They could open this. So once you do that, you basically extend the reach that you have. So you could slap with the open hand like that to get an extra reach. So that's the thing that people don't realize, is that there is nothing where the gloves are tampered. You can't say that the fist was over at some particular part of the glove and then all of the padding was there. That doesn't make any sense.
And the thing is, brother, which pushed a nail in that whole nail in the coffin for the whole argument, is that nobody from Wilder team has came up, petitioned,
and made a formal complaint.
Or put in it. So it's all dead in the fucking water.
No formal complaints by that team whatsoever. And it's been over 3 weeks.
They let them control the propaganda by their support team, who we know push that shit out to go ahead and just stare the minds of the casuals. That's what it's about.
Yep.
Real life boxing. You back? You good?
Real life boxing. You back? You good, bro? I think it's just a bad connection, man.
Yeah.
Damn, real life.
Come on. Damn, man.
I would love to have that man's input, man. I would love to have his input, man. Real life boxing got some real good input on boxing, man. I love his channel, bro. It sucks that he's having a bad reception right now. I would love to have his input on that, but
be sure to subscribe to his channel. All right, cool.
So what's your take on this Fury situation, from the glove gate to the investigation to the board meet, all this stuff? What's your take, real life? What's your thoughts? Can't get
real life.
Just you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got
hear you. Just talk right now. Just talk. Just talk. Just talk. Talk.
We hear you, real life. We hear you. We hear
Just
you,
talk.
bro. We hear you. Just talk. We hear
he may not be able to hear us.
Probably. That's probably. He probably can't hear us. But we hear you, bro. We hear you perfect.
Just talk.
Really hear what you guys saying. This shit. I want to compare Fury and Deontay Wilder real quick. If you guys.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yell it, baby.
Because y'all, let's go. But I gotta say, I've done plenty of demonstrations on the Tyson Fury, on the whole glove gate, and I just think that it's a major reach by Deontay Wilder fans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Wilder fan. You know what I mean? But I think that the whole glove shit is major reach. The whole thing with the farm thing, I think at this point is fucking matter. It matters to the point where, if it's true, it shows you what kind of person Tyson Fury is. But at the same time, this shit was 5 years ago. So does it matter with Deontay Wilder? No, I think that it matters with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. I think that thing for Wilder at this point is in the ring July 18th to fight and Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see why any of his fans wouldn't want that just the same. I'm tired of this whole glove gate shit. The whole farmer thing is like, it's like whatever. And I mean, for the dudes that's from the hood, like I'm from the hood, so how the fuck you gonna run and then fucking snitch on you and your boy? You know what I'm saying? It don't really fucking matter to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right. I feel you. I feel you on that. I mean, that's how I go. I mean, I feel like this. If Wilder would have lost, and then like a week or a few days later, you just saw him in the gym, like really working on stuff, really trying to fine tune things, I'd have been like, "Hey, y'all need y'all, hey, baby, Wilder coming, bro. Like y'all might need to have to think twice about this now. If he in the gym like this, that shows a little hunger, and I've never seen that from him, and that's what I want to see from him. Though I ain't gonna lie, that's what I would like to see from him. Is that okay? You lost. All right, you take a little time off. Now you finna hit the gym. Boom, 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 boom. But what I saw was he lost. He made the excuse. His supporters made their excuses for him, and he goes to Africa and does a photo shoot.
Right. Yeah, he
So
has that video on social media talking
Yeah.
about what's up, all my people. The king has returned, or they don't know what it means to fight or whatever this thing is. And I'm like, this is not looking good at all. That's
I
why I
know.
said,
I know. He was in a dark room giving
yeah,
his best DT3 impersonation with a hoodie on and shit, looking like a goddamn clown. So what the fuck? Nigga, you ain't DT3. You the Bronx Bomber, motherfucker.
yo, man, I was just, that thing was just crazy. But, at the time, I was like, when he said that he was taking the immediate rematch, I said, you know what? He got beat from pillar to post in that second fight. And knowing what I knew about what like people in the boxing game told me about how Fury prepared for this particular fight, I said, if they go through with this immediate fight on July 18th, that's going to be the last fight of Deontay Wilder's career, and they're going to cash him out.
mm.
I can see that.
But Boom Man, has been talking about Wilder, over the course of the last, couple of years or so, and I think you were talking about how Wilder has been jealous of Anthony Joshua, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had thought if these fights like went by the schedule with Joshua versus Pulev on June 20th and Wilder Fury 3 on July 18th, if Joshua Pulev happened on June 20th and Joshua won, then I was going to say, don't be surprised if the fight with Wilder and Fury 3 gets delayed, because the sooner that Fury defeats Wilder, the sooner that you could have the undisputed heavyweight championship fight taking place. And Wilder did everything in his power to prevent that from happening while he held the WBC title. So now that he doesn't have that title anymore, he really doesn't have that much power other than to invoke the rematch against Tyson Fury. That's it.
Facts.
That's it. So if he finds a way to have Fury committed to that particular rematch, then there's no way that the undisputed heavyweight title fight can take place until Fury fights Wilder once again.
They need Wilder to win.
Yeah.
Like Wilder can't do that fight, man. If Wilder loses, it's like there's gonna be some more accusations. It's gonna be more BS, more bullshit. I want to say what's up to Red Glove Militant and my boy Andrew Tucker from Andrew Tucker's World, MBBC in the building. What's up, fellas?
What's good with you, my brothers? DT3, the Boom Man.
Andrew
Magnus. Red Glove Militant.
What up, Andrew?
What's going on with you, brothers? Yeah, man, I had a lot of family. I would have got on a lot sooner, man, but I had a lot of family over here, man. They was making too much noise, but everybody just left.
Gotcha. But yeah, man, we were just touching on this, all this accusations of Fury and Wilder, and we even had a couple of Wilder fanboys in here. Hey, GMOG, man, I sent you I just see GMOG up in here, man. I just sent you a message, man. Tried to get you in on the panel, man. Would love to have your opinion, man. You said where the link at, man. I'll send you the link in a minute, man. We usually don't do the 6-2 panel, but I want to try something different today.
True indeed.
Try something different today.
If you want, I could post the link. I got it ready.
Oh, I got it. It's already slid on phone here.
All right.
Sorry. Thank you, bro.
No
But
problem.
yeah, man, I just wanted to speak on that because there's a lot of stuff going on with this boar meat and all this boar meat stuff. This old man coming out after 5 years and all that.
Yeah, man.
Listen, man, like it's an old case, man. It's an old case. They trying to pin on Fury again, and Fury already, he was suspended behind this. Man, it's 5 years. It was 5 years ago, man. And they talking about there's an investigation with UCAD. They opened up the case, another case with Tyson Fury, and it's under investigation with UCAD. Man, the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman. If I'm saying his name wrong, please forgive me. But Mauricio Suleiman already stated, man, that Tyson Fury would not be stripped of the WBC title. He will not be suspended or anything of that nature. So he's defending Tyson Fury, and he's pretty much backing Tyson Fury up. So
Right.
all these guys talking about Tyson Fury going to be banned for 8 years and all that junk for an old case that's that he already got in trouble for, and come to find out that the farmer was a liar. He was exposed. It's just making these guys look silly, and it's embarrassing because they're trying to pin something. They're trying to pin something on Tyson Fury, and it's not the truth. It's not a fact. You know what I'm saying? It was all a lie. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that it's not just over here in the United States, also over there in the United Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much trying to bring out this to take away Tyson Fury, to bring him down, to see him fail. And it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's already the truth. The truth is already out there. So these haters and these people that's against Tyson Fury think they got something, but they got nothing. Tyson Fury is still the WBC champion, lineal in Ring Magazine, and he's gonna be all the way up until he fight Anthony Joshua for a dispute.
Right, I know that's right.
They have nothing on Tyson Fury. I repeat, they have nothing on Tyson Fury. The man is not going to be no 8-year ban, no suspension, or anything of that nature. So y'all guys think y'all got something, you got nothing.
Right. Hey, this is the same group of folks that tried to get all on the Dylan White when they had the whole thing with who I call International Boxing Hall of Famer Thomas Hauser put out that report about an adverse finding that Dylan White had before his fight against Oscar Rivas. And once he got cleared, he was basically reinstated as the interim WBC champion. And you don't really hear much from those guys anymore in reference to that, Right. But this thing with UCAD, UCAD already punished Tyson Fury. And with UCAD, a lot of times they retroactively punish a lot of the fighters that usually get caught. So sometimes they've already served their ban before anyone even gets a report that the people already been suspended. So Tyson Fury is cleared all the way through. So he's a WBC lineal Ring Magazine champion, and they gotta just face the facts.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to speak on somebody else that I've been trying to get on the panel for a while, and I finally got him on here, and it's my brother GMOG Sports. What's up, my brother? How you feeling this day?
We can't hear you, GMOG.
You on mute?
You might be muted.
I think you're on mute, GMOG. We still can't hear you.
He look like he in this workstation too. He ready to get busy.
He got his set up and everything, man. Come on,
man. He got all this behind him and hanging in the back wall and everything, man.
That's my dog.
Yeah, but at this point, I just want to say this real quick. At this point, they're grabbing onto whatever they can. It's obvious that the fanboys are just desperate to grab onto whatever they can to retain Sophia and to retain that but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. This isn't the first time something like this has been attempted, and you know what? They go through great lengths.
Hold on 1 second.
They go through great.
Yeah, it is.
Y'all can hear me?
I'm almost done. They're going through great lengths. They go through great lengths to see to it that it is impossible to cheat. And whether it be the gloves, whether it be this thing from 5 years ago, which has nothing to do with, something that happened in 2015 has nothing to do with Deontay Wilder getting his ass whooped in 2020. You know, there's not anything that they can possibly do. We're doing petitions now. Like we're talking about competition. We're not talking about you know, somebody who's in jail or some other shit. We're talking about competition. He lost a competition, and therefore he lost his title. But that's all I got to say about that. I know you've been wanting to get your boy on here, so.
Oh, that's all good. That's all good. But what's up, GMOG Sports, bro? I'm trying to get you all here for a minute, man. What's up, bro?
Yeah, what's good? Appreciate you guys having me on. Appreciate the panel, DT3, Boxing Labs United. You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You guys having me on, man. You know, this is hilarious. I've been talking about this since I've been blue in my face. You know, hold on, I got too much echo in the background. Turn this speaker on. But yeah, it's crazy because like I was just watching R.I.P's podcast. I was in the gym and I was watching this podcast. A dude named Bomb Squad. It was hilarious. Like a super casual, but at the same time, if you notice the pattern of these so-called fans of Wilder, right? You notice they're not Wilder fans. They're actually young Pharaoh followers, right?
What's that vibration?
They're young Pharaoh followers. If you notice that all of these guys that are coming out the woodworks talking about Gloodgate, they're actually young Pharaoh fans. So they follow him. And like 99% of these guys don't know shit about boxing. They just follow young Pharaoh, who is a super cat, right?
Hey, GMOG, you're getting a lot of feedback on that mic, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like some vibration.
Hold on.
That's your gaming. That's your gaming station. That sounds like you playing.
Yeah, man.
Hold on 1 second. I got two.
And the bad part about it is every time he speaks, it happens. Like if he's quiet, it don't do it.
Hold on, what? You guys can hear me now?
And the bad part about it is
Yeah, I be hearing a crazy echo.
You got a little echo.
Hold on 1 second. I be hearing some crazy echo.
Now you got that because you got that. I mean, super effects on when you playing that. You know what I mean? Game of War and all that joint.
Yeah.
That Call of Duty. Call of Duty 18.
Call of Duty, he got that shit on hard, bro. He getting all the vibration through that seat. He like, get him busting that ass.
Right. I know he be having issues, man. I be having issues with my kids in my little personal chair, so I know he be having issues with his little boys trying to use his shit and everything.
Yeah, because my son usually be on my office most of the time, so I be messing with my settings and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but is this better? You guys still hear back echo?
No, not as much.
Not as much. You right now.
Okay, cool.
He took on super gaming mode.
Hey,
yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, I've been noticing that a lot of these fanboys that be coming on the live chats and stuff like that, they're super casuals and they're young Pharaoh fans. You know what I'm saying? And these guys don't know about boxing at all. You see the pattern. But I just thought about something, and I'm pretty sure you guys would agree, right? Because you know, young Pharaoh, he filed a petition, right, with NSAC.
Right?
That's crazy.
Let's make Deontay Wilder 44-0, and let's make sure that Tyson Fury goes to jail and shit like that.
Hey.
You know what? We should start a petition, and I just thought about this. Let's start a petition for Deontay Wilder. It is very simple. Let's start a petition to make sure Deontay Wilder knows how to box. That's it.
Yeah.
I would start a petition right now. I'm dead serious. Change.org. File a petition. Deontay Wilder needs to know how to box. Before the third rematch, he needs to know how to box. Because the funny part about this shit is I'm a Deontay Wilder fan, but I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no motherfucking guy that just accepts every stupid ass excuse from Deontay Wilder. The man can't box. It's just that simple. He got beat by a better man. But they want to make this shit out to something else about racism. When he got his ass beat, it was all about white supremacy, lynching. It was all about police brutality, all this other shit. When they can't stick
brought all that shit up.
Other shit.
No, all the fans brought that up because, you know, going into right before the first fight, they were trying to have this whole thing about race and boxing and have black
400 years bullshit, right?
Yeah, 400 years. So you had that, and then that, you know, led to that to this day thing. But like in the rematch, like a couple of members of the media tried to do the race thing once again, and it didn't work. And since they did that, Deontay Wilder ran with it, and he said, "Oh, Tyson Fury is going to be a Black History trivia question."
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
But a couple of days before the fight, Tyson Fury said, "Look, I'm not going to make this a race thing. This is supposed to be two fighters that are undefeated going after each other for the WBC Ring Magazine and lineal heavyweight champion of the world." So Tyson Fury ended all of that.
Yep.
But the problem is Wilder kept running with it, and you had the whole thing with the intro and the whole Black History, montage and everything like that. But it's
that was all about, right? Y'all know what that was all about. What?
Yeah, well, kind of, but
what? What was it all about, really? What was it all about, really?
I didn't see any sense in it, personally.
No, because it was about money. He's trying to build up some ticket sales.
Yeah.
Trying to build up some animosity.
The funny part about that is, the Wilder fan base, they don't go out to watch his fights. They don't buy tickets.
Exactly. They don't buy tickets. They don't buy tickets like that because
the Tyson Fury fans, they show up and show out. They fly out. They book. They fly tickets. They book hotels. AJ fans, they show up and show out. Conor McGregor fans,
exactly, bro.
Yeah, it's been like that.
And exactly, bro. And ask me how many people was there to see Tyson Fury fight that night. How many UK fans actually? Answer that question.
It was basically the scenery for Wilder Fury 2 was similar to the scenery that they had over there in that same venue for Ricky Hatton versus Floyd Mayweather. Because all you saw was all of those UK fans, and all you heard was "There's only one Tyson Fury," just like back in the day when they were saying "There's only one Ricky Hatton." It's basically like that, and it was
the same people, and that was the same people that was born Deontay Wilder.
Mm-hmm. And that was a good point by Jim OG when it talks about these fans don't necessarily buy the tickets, because I've been to 2 Deontay Wilder fights at the Barclays Center against Artur Spilka and the first fight against Luis Ortiz. And both of those fights weren't sold out, number one. And number two, the Artur Spilka fight, there was packed with, Polish fans there. So my thing is that it's one thing for you to be a fan of Deontay Wilder, but in order to fully support him, you have to go to his fights.
Right.
So my thing is that it's one thing for
it's funny because the other thing that GMOG brought up was that IBFP podcast earlier, where there was a Wilder fanboy who was, trying to say that Tyson Fury is a cheat. And he brought up the whole thing from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
The funny thing about that is, if you listen to him, he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
No, not at all. He didn't even know.
A lot of them don't know anything. He was like
metal plates in his hand. He didn't know that shit.
Right.
Yeah, he said Tyson Fury was exonerated. And it was like, wait a minute, he served a 2-year ban. How is he exonerated? Like you don't get banned when you're exonerated. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing. Like, they want to bring up the situation that they know nothing about. They don't know anything. He started bringing up the Young Pharaoh videos. It's like, but Young Pharaoh wasn't using lace gloves in his demonstration. He was using Velcro gloves. So it's like things like this.
Yep,
that's crazy.
Exactly.
I use laces. I use lace gloves. I don't know what I'm talking about though. I got those laces. If y'all want me to show y'all again, I can give y'all a presentation right now. I got my gloves right here.
True that.
Yep.
You know what else he said?
We don't want no presentation.
He tried to say that you could have cement in your gloves.
DT3.
He tried
that shit is dead in the water.
He tried to say that you can have cement in your gloves. It's like, wait a minute. The NSAC, they take your gloves to you.
Right.
You think that they're not? You think they're not gonna know if there's cement in them if they're carrying them to you?
Come on. I mean, number one, you have to pre-approve the gloves. You get a set, like at least 3 sets of gloves that you have to pick out and try on and fit before you approve them, and then they send the gloves out to you. That's number one. Number two, after you get taped with a member of the Nevada State Athletic Commission in your locker room to see you get taped, they also see you get your gloves be put on.
Right.
And on top of that, a member of the opposing team's training camp is there to see you get your hands wrapped and see you have those gloves put on.
Okay. And you know what? That shit is Unanimous decision, bullshit. We know it. And the people ain't fucking, Wilder's team ain't said nothing about it themselves.
Nothing.
So DT3, when is the next fucking subject? Why we don't keep beating a dead cow in the fucking head with that bullshit? We know it's all garbage.
It's because we still got fanboys coming at us about that bullshit. That's what it is.
They keep coming at you because they want you to keep talking about it.
It's just like the coronavirus. They're spreading their bullshit propaganda. More and more of these motherfuckers are coming out.
Thank you, GMOG. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Go ahead, like I said, they need to quarantine themselves. Stop going online. Stop watching YouTube videos. Just shut the fuck up and stop spreading.
Like we just said, one question again. How would you say? How do you stop it? Why ain't Wilder complaining about it?
Like I said, they need to quarantine themselves. Stop going online. Stop watching YouTube videos. Stop making comments. That's the best thing they got to do.
You said they need to. Is that going to happen? We know that's a furry tale.
Wilder ain't saying nothing.
So it's a furry tale. So anybody of those bozos who's pushing it said, well, why ain't Shelly Finkel put in a petition?
Why ain't
JD's put in a petition? Why ain't Wilder put in a petition? It's dead in the fucking water.
Most of all, Al Heyman should have did
they know better.
Exactly, because they know it's all bullshit. So that's how you just kill it.
They know better. They know what precautions are taken. Yeah, they're wasting their time with this petition. If they're still gonna march down there on March 25th or whatever it is, they're wasting their time with that.
If they do some shit like that, we're gonna make some hellified wonderful memes of their ass.
You got that right.
I'm going to laugh at them harder than Dylan White laughed at Deontay Wilder.
That shit was hilarious.
I hate to cut it short, fellas, but I got to dip. It's nap time for my babies. I hate to cut it short, man. I really wanted to keep this going, but my oldest one is fading. My other babies is looking like they finna start pitching bitches at me. So I'm finna dip up out of here, man. I just want to say thank you to JR Bill for sliding on. Me and Myra want to say thank you for sliding on. Of course, want to send a special shout out to my boy Red Glove Militant, bro. Appreciate you sliding on.
Thank you, everybody. Peace of pugilism.
Yes,
want to say thank you to my boy.
Good to see you, GMOG.
Yes,
bro, check your DMs, man. Check your DMs, GMO. I be in them, bro. Check your DMs, bro. I will be in them things often. I want to get you on the panel more often. So even like when I do a boxing talk podcast, I would like to, have you slide on and let's talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be hitting you up, letting you know, so you can slide on. You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't done so, man, go subscribe. My man got 200 subs, man. We trying to get that man up to at least 1,000 before the year is out, man. So go subscribe to GMOD Sports TV, man. Subscribe to my brother, man. And of course, I can't say peace out without saying what's up to my boy Andrew of Andrew Tucker's World.
Andrew Tucker, brother from another mother. Yo, good to hear from you, Andrew, bro.
Red Glove Militant, peace, baby.
To all of my brothers, man. Much love and respect to all of my brothers here, man. JR Bill, Great Man of Sports TV, Red Glove, DT3, Boxing Logic, all y'all, man. All y'all, my brothers. Much love and respect, man. Most definitely.
All right, y'all. We'll holler at y'all, man. 100.
Much respect.
Peace of pugilism, y'all.
You and Spud Squad is something else. You funny. My daughter with that Spud Squad, she funny.
Spud Squad.
Spud Squad.
Yeah, Mark a fool for that one, man.
I keep thinking they call him Spuddy, but I keep thinking Spud is another, like their term for a nut.
What?
Yeah, I meant to ask Mark. They keep saying Spud. I'm thinking Spud. Ain't that another just like another like a nickname or a word used also for like a nut? It is. Ask Mark that. I guarantee you. That's what I think is so funny.
Hey, DT3.
Yo.
Hey, Myron over there looking like what's the name from Mortal Kombat with that hat on, man?
Raiden.
Raiden.
Yeah, that's gonna be my other. Yeah.